We have a great episode today. I think there's kind of two people in the world. I could be wrong. There are people who live to eat, and there are people who eat to live. Do we agree with that or no? Do you kind of know the difference? Okay. I want to break this down. Yes. So people who live to eat are people like me. I would say I'm in this camp where I'm talking about the next meal during that meal. I'm like planning my whole trips around food and like where I'm hitting it up. And people who eat to live, you know, they think about it as fuel and they think about it as more to kind of get them from A to B. And I used to think, because Julia Child has a famous saying that food people are the best people. So I used to think that, yeah, I mean, come on, Julia said it. But the reality is there's a balance about eating to live. And if you can find that balance between both of those things, you can live an amazing life where you enjoy food, but the food fuels your life in such a healthy way. So today, we're gonna celebrate that balance. We're gonna try and find that balance. It's gonna be a good one. So check this out. For our first bite, we're making a smashed lamb taco. Give it up for that. All right. So first and foremost, we are obsessed with taco night in our family. Any taco night peeps? I feel like it's on the rotation once a week. Jonah, Benji, and my wife Angelina are in the house. This is my family. Yeah. Quick question for you guys. Do you guys like taco night or not really? Yeah, okay. So you gotta kind of find that balance. He loves it, he does, but one of the biggest things we do is we try and get the kiddos to kind of assemble their own tacos. But sometimes it just makes a big mess. So I wanted to kind of make a taco that anyone can rock out on like a Thursday night. This is so easy and so different. And we're actually starting with local lamb. Does everyone cook lamb here? Lamb is so good, especially as a taco. So we've all heard of smash burgers, where you smash a burger really thin. This is like almost the same thing. So what I did is I found good American lamb. This is local lamb. And I just tossed it with some spices, cumin, coriander, and I'm going with a little bit of olive oil. But you want to make sure it's nice and hot. And then I grab an ice cream scoop, okay? By the way, if you don't want to even spice up the lamb, just scoop it out. That's cool. You take a scoop, you put it right on the grill. Then you grab a corn tortilla and you just kind of put it right on top, okay? And you kind of press it a little bit. Have you guys ever seen this done before? I don't think I've ever done this before. Yeah, I'm learning as we go. You kind of press it, and then if you have a little press, which I think 99% of people don't have this at home, so you can use a brick or maybe a book that you really dislike, but just kind of press down on that so it hits all the way flat. The steam is gonna make the taco super soft, absolutely delicious. And part of obviously living to eat is like enjoying all ingredients and making sure you get all these colors in your diet and just embracing whole foods. So we're gonna make a really quick, I'm calling it a guac slaw. Okay, I'm making this up on PBS right now. It's called a guac slaw, okay? I'm gonna start by chopping the slaw. We just took some red cabbage and I'm gonna just take a little bit of red onion. And you just slice this super thin. Okay, really simple. Oh yeah, you want it faster? Okay. Is that still cool to you or no? So I try and like, get these boys excited about food, and they watch this show obviously, and every morning I would say, or at least most mornings, we pretend like we're on this show. And so they'll sit at the counter and they'll be me and they'll make cereal. And they'll say, okay, I'm here on Homemade Live. We've got Lucky Charms. And they start, am I wrong? Am I right? Yeah, I'm right, yeah. He didn't want me to reveal that about him, but we practice. So we've got purple cabbage, a little bit of red onion. I've got some cilantro that I'm just kind of running my knife through. Super simple. And look how gorgeous this already looks. I mean, it's just, I need that. So we have the slaw done. Now for the guac. This is getting weird, and I love it. So avocado, cut it in half. When you cut an avocado in half, move the avocado, not the knife. And then what I do is I'm just gonna squeeze and make like a little tabletop guac, but this is gonna kind of double down as my dressing. Has anyone ever made guac like this? Just kind of smash it up. It is the easiest way. So I'm just squeezing it out, I don't care that it's coming out lumpy. This is part about, in my mind, where it's just like you just want to get good ingredients in you and you want to get them fast. So right on the board, I've got our avocado. I hit it with a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. And then, boys, do you want to cook with me or no? Yes? Jonah? Okay, Jonah, come on. Come up here, Jojo. Just this part, okay? This part's easy. Okay, so what you're gonna do is smash this right on the board. Okay, harder. You gotta do harder, okay? Smash it up. Okay, not bad, not bad. And so we smash this up. So literally right on the board, I'm going with sour cream. I'm going with a little bit of lime. All right, and this goes right in. And then Jonah, can you smash in the sour cream? Go for it. Okay, well, yeah. Smash it in, bud, you got it. So while he's doing that, I'm gonna just flip these. And you guys can see, just honestly, it honestly didn't need much time, but you can see they're kind of stuck to the bottom and the juices kind of flow into the taco itself. This is like the most genius taco night. How good does that look? I think it's awesome. Jonah did an amazing job. Give it up for Jonah. Okay, you can go sit down, big boy. You did so good. All right, so this looks like a mess, but it's a beautiful mess. And this is what cooking's all about. This is what living to eat is all about. So you take this beautiful mess, chunky, creamy, absolutely buttery in all the best ways. I mean, I think avocados kind of got that just lushness to it. And you put it into the slaw, right? And you kind of just toss this around. This to me is why I love cooking. It's like make a mess, get some color going, get the kids going. This is what food and life is all about. So you kind of mix this all up. Forget this thing, get this out of me. We gotta get in here. Let's go. So, just loves it. And then you just kind of make this creamy, beautiful slaw, and you kind of pick it up, and you just go on top of each one. And it's got the avocado, it's got the slaw, so it's got a little bit of that crunch, a little bit of cheese. It could be Parmesan, feta. This is cotija cheese. So you can see how beautiful this kind of comes together quickly. And then pickled red onions if you've got them. I mean, this is just nice. And what you're left here with is a stunning smashed taco that I think is second to none. So you just kind of take it off, you put it right on a plate. Okay, Ange, you try it. Yes? You're into it? Thumbs up, I love it. We'll be right back for more Homemade Live, but first take a look at this.
I'm Erin Jean McDowell, a cookbook author, baker, and I live to eat. I'm in the beautiful Skagit Valley, home of Washington State University's The Bread Lab. My friends from Cosmic Crisp brought me here so I could learn more about it. Let's go check it out. I'm here with Robin Morgan, who's a research scientist and baker. Tell me a little bit about what you do here at Washington State University.
Yeah, the Bread Lab is a plant breeding laboratory where we develop new grain varieties for whole grain use.
Amazing. And today in your kitchen, I'm going to be making one of my signature recipes, which is pie. And that got me thinking that here at Washington State University, you also develop other agricultural products too, right?
Definitely. Different researchers work on all sorts of crops ranging from hops to apples, like Cosmic Crisp, for example, and then vineyards and to make Washington State wine.
Incredible, and all with the idea of getting a little bit more nutrition and health into our foods, even our baked goods. So I'm gonna be using Washington whole grains in my pie and also Washington State apples with the Cosmic Crisp. It's gonna be the most delicious pie ever.
Wonderful. I'll be excited to try it.
I'm ready to make my signature apple crumb pie here in the kitchen with the Cosmic Crisp apples. You'll see that the flesh is still nice and bright and white. These apples are not as prone to oxidizing. The flesh does not turn brown as they sit here. Just wait until you see how much juice comes off these apples because they are so juicy, but we're still gonna be able to really bite into those apple pieces on the other side of baking. This is a really nice, easy pastry crust, and best of all, it is 100% whole grain. All of the apples, all that beautifully thickened juice. It's gonna be so good. Just a little bit of raw sugar. It makes it sparkle, gives it a little texture. Thank you so much for having me to the Bread Lab. I learned so much. Let's eat some pie.
It's the best pie ever.
Thank you. It's been so great baking here at the Bread Lab with Cosmic Crisp apples. I'd bake here any day.
Thank you. Thank you. Today we're talking about living to eat versus eating to live. And I think we brought in like Superman when it comes to threading that needle. He is a fitness and food blogger. He is the creator of Fit Men Cook. He has millions and millions of followers. Give it up for our buddy, Kevin Curry.
Thank you for having me. What's up, y'all?
We love you.
I appreciate that.
We love you on so many levels. And when we came up with this episode, we all thought of you because you do have this like unbelievable way around eating healthy but eating good. So what does it mean to you to live to eat versus, eat to live?
It's a little bit of both, right? I think that food can be enjoyed and it should be enjoyed, but we have to cook it in different ways so that way it can nourish us. And so there's a fine balance, right? I think that people sometimes go the extreme, with their fitness and wellness. In fact, we kind of talked about this.
I do this.
Oh, okay,
yes.
You do?
Yes.
Well,
or I'm like, I'm all like no carb ever. Or I'm like, I'm gonna work out every morning. Like, I will go to the extremes.
Okay, so I'm not gonna talk about you. But what I will say is that I find that people want to feel a sense of control, especially in life. Things are just kind of chaotic. But when you step into the kitchen, in the gym, you get to decide what goes into it. You get to decide how hard, like you push yourself, right? And so I feel that sometimes people have turned that into this religion. And so they've adopted that morality when really the most nourishing thing can just be being honest with yourself about what you're really lacking in your life. You're not lacking anything. I'm not saying you. I'm just saying, well, you're not lacking anything, first off. Last time I saw him, you look great.
Thank you.
He looks great, right?
Yeah, I've lost a lot of weight.
You look really good. I'm so happy for you.
Thank you.
And I bet that you kind of know what that feels like, like, what was that time when someone said, hey, are you losing weight or something?
Yeah, it happened about 10 pounds in, and you start to kind of feel like you're on momentum.
Yeah.
But I, just like anything, I obsess about food because I'm a chef. It's hard not to. I have a food addiction.
Right.
But I also obsess about my weight, and I obsess about those things. And so it's kind of hard to not obsess and live in the middle. And how am I to be obsessed with food, but also to be kind of obsessed with my fitness, and it's not about being obsessed with what you're saying. It's kind of about finding this beautiful middle ground, and that's hard for me to navigate. It seems like it's easier for you, but maybe not.
The reality is, like, one meal is not going to derail you and put you back, like that. This is like years of habits, right? So give yourself some grace and realize that.
I love that. Well, speaking about giving grace, you don't have to not eat great to eat great. And so today, for our next bite, we are making Kevin's Salmon Wellington, which I think is really cool. So, this is in place of a beef Wellington, right?
Yes.
Okay.
We're using a heart-healthy protein.
Yeah.
And we're gonna give this the restaurant quality treatment, but at the house and using your air fryer. So it's gonna be really good and easy.
Oh, we're air frying this?
We're gonna do the air fryer.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
What's step one?
Okay, first we're gonna make the filling. So I'm gonna put a little bit of oil in there.
Okay, perfect.
And we're gonna saute up onions, and then we're gonna add the aromatics.
Okay, and what do we got for aromatics?
We've got a little bit of garlic there. We've got, I think this is just like some mixed herbs.
Mixed herbs, yeah.
Use what you have on hand. You don't have to go out and buy anything, from the grocery store. If you got some Italian seasoning, use that.
Easy peasy.
Yeah, do that. Get it nice and fragrant. Now let's go ahead and put in, I think we're gonna add some of the spinach first.
Okay. So this is chopped spinach.
Just some chopped spinach, and then we're gonna add in some of the chicken broth. We don't have to add in.
Stir and all added?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So just kind of deglaze.
Yep. Glaze it.
Beautiful. And that steams it.
And spinach is gonna get like this big, even if you put like a big.
By the way, the way that you hold a pan and a spoon, it blows my mind. He's never worked in a restaurant. He never went to cooking school. You were self-taught.
Oh yeah, desperation will do that to you. I was desperate to lose weight.
Really?
Yeah, you start trying. You know this, when you start really focusing in on something, if you see one tip, you're like, I'm doing that. So when you're desperate for a change, you're gonna try a little bit of everything.
Yes.
So this is it.
So you tried cooking and you kind of found yourself in cooking.
Absolutely. It's therapy. It's not just about, the way that it tastes, but this is about connection.
Yes.
It's about the joy of telling stories around, cooking. Like, they have some of the best memories,
Yes. I love it. Okay, so coconut cream.
Yes,
so
coconut cream.
All right, and a little bit of flour, right, just to thicken
Yes.
it? Yep.
Yeah, we're gonna
Okay,
thicken it
beautiful.
up.
All right, this looks already incredible.
Yeah.
So we have this
Yep.
cream spinach. Now you want to let it cool down, which
Yes.
we've done here, right?
Yes, to become a nice paste.
All right, so mustard slathered on this salmon.
Yep. And then we're gonna put our pasty
Spinach mix. Okay, and you just kind of spread that over the top.
Spread that on top.
That looks
like
insane.
That. And then we're gonna use some puff pastry, right?
Yeah.
And it comes with these really thick pieces that they say it's just one serving. I like to roll mine out and cut it in half, so it's thinner.
Yeah.
So you get.
Should I grab one too?
Yes, please.
So puffs out.
Yep.
Now what?
Now we're gonna put the salmon onto one side of the puff, or kind of like right there.
Okay,
And I
okay.
call this a hot pocket. And then we're gonna fold this over, and you want to leave just a little bit of breathing room because inside of the air fryer it's going to expand, and so if it's too tight, it's gonna burst.
So you want to give it some space. Basically.
Yes, you want to give it some space.
So right here.
Yes.
And then over. Okay, and then.
Oh yeah, perfect. And then you can use your fingers, and then we're gonna use a fork just to get the edges down.
And you just crimp.
Yeah.
I love it.
You may have to just trim it some too, and to get some of the excess.
just get a little bit of that air out.
Yep. And then you're gonna score it too. Just some designs.
Beautiful.
You could even put your name in there.
All right.
If you want to.
I could try and sign my name in
No,
there.
go ahead.
No,
Go
that's
ahead.
not going to happen. Yeah, I'll slash it open like this,
Yeah.
basically.
Perfect.
Hopefully everyone can see
And
this.
you don't want to go all the way through. We're not lifting weights. We're just cooking.
Yeah, okay, not bad, not bad. All right. So these go in. Our oven's actually also an air fryer,
Woohoo.
which is pretty sweet. Take a look at these.
Look at that. Beautiful.
Those are awesome.
They look amazing.
So you just kind of cut it open.
And for some people,
Look at that.
they're going to want to eat the whole thing.
Can you hold that up? A little close up.
It's beautiful, right?
That looks insane. And by the way, it just kind of cuts right through.
Well, I want you to taste it
looks
first
insane.
so you could tell us.
Dude.
Rachel?
Dude.
Hey,
Dude.
hey.
So incredibly savory,
Yeah.
but light. Like
Yeah.
you think like puff pastry, it's gonna be heavy, it's gonna be buttery. This is delicate.
And that's why I like this, because this is a comfort food,
Oh my
right?
gosh.
But this is a prime example of how food can comfort us but not control us. And I want that to sink in, because when we eat some of those decadent things, there's nothing wrong with that. I want you to know, there is nothing wrong with eating the decadent food, all right? I want y'all to enjoy food, right? There is nothing wrong with that. Look at it. If you've got some goals in your mind, then make sure that what you're eating is in line with those goals. That's all I'll say. And when you eat things that are really heavy, what I mean by controlling it is that what happens afterwards. All right, I'm not gonna eat anything for the rest of the day. I'm gonna go on like a water fast or a juice
I've been there.
fast.
I've been there.
And so all of a sudden your life is altered just because you had this one meal, when really just balance.
Yeah.
And lose the anxiety. But this is a prime example of that.
This is absolutely delicious. Not only do I live to eat, but I like you, live to travel. Recently, we went to a bucket list trip to Maine. This was insane, so take a look at this. Hey everyone, I am off the coast of Maine and I'm on a boat. You'd think I'd be going after lobsters. Wrong. I didn't realize this, but along the coast of Maine is the Maine Oyster Trail. The Maine Oyster Trail includes all kinds of oyster businesses, farms, raw bars, and tours like the one I'm headed out on right now. I'm spending the morning with Brendan, an up-and-coming oyster farmer, and he's gonna take me through how to take an oyster from the actual water to the plate.
All right, time to harvest, baby. I'm gonna pull out a bag, any bag right there in the middle, yep. The Dameron-Scott River being brackish, the further north we go in the river, the sweeter an oyster is. Further south in the river we go, closer to the ocean, the brinier, saltier the oyster is gonna be. Nice, perfect balance. Briny forward, sweet note, finish.
That's ready to go to the restaurant.
What's so cool about Brendan is he actually owns a restaurant just steps away from the dock. So we sat down and had a little tasting. Buddy?
My guy, there he is.
This is the spot. Wow.
All these oysters are Maine along with the clams as
All
well.
part of the oyster trail.
Yeah.
They're so good. I love your oysters. They're kind of the perfect oyster.
We have incredible food in Maine, but pairing that with getting out there on the trail, seeing it firsthand, that's what's gonna make it memorable.
Brendan gave me a tip of an oyster farm I had to head up down the road, and just driving through these little towns, I had to pull over, grab an oyster knife for myself. All these little towns are so quaint, they're so inspiring. I love it here. So I'm headed to my final stop, which I heard has gigantic oysters, which for me are perfect for grilling. Why is it so big? Am I curling this right now? Like, this is so heavy. How on earth do we open these?
I like to take the jump out and just give it a little whack in there. If you can hold the oyster on the knife without it falling off, then you have it facing upward to scrape all the meat off of that lid.
Did I do okay?
Yeah, you did great.
After opening up these giant oysters, we put a little bit of butter, salt, and pepper and grilled them open-faced for about 10 minutes. We sprinkled them with some chive blossoms, and they were unbelievable. This whole day is some of the best oysters I've ever had. Who knew Maine was more than lobster? It is all about the Maine Oyster Trail. It is incredible. You have to come check it out. Thank you both.
Thank you.
See you next time. All right, we are back with Kevin Curry, and we're talking about living to eat, eating to live, the balance of both. And for that, we're going to make an amazing mocktail. But I do want to call out, you, my friend, has a new cookbook coming out.
Oh, yes.
Is that true?
Yes.
Give it over the new cookbook. Tell us about it.
It's a different form of meal prep that I've been experimenting with throughout the years. It's called mix and match. And so I teach people how to make 5 things and to mix and match them throughout the week to have a variety of different meals. And so we do that based off different themes of the book. And so there are different types of mix and match meal prep. So if you purchase the book, you're gonna have over, I'd say at least 300 different recipes and meals that you can put together. Yeah.
I'd say the average cookbook has like 100. So
Yes.
Yes.
This is going to be
awesome.
it's a big one. But this is I call this one like my thesis. You know.
I
so
like
I've been
that.
working on it for a minute now. So
I like that. Now, and I know the cookbook's one thing. Another thing is you're kind of getting back to your roots, which is kind of one-on-one coaching.
Yes.
Like, this is insane. This is awesome.
When I first started out, I was doing that coaching, and people would like email me, and I would help them out with their diets and put them on meal plans, and then things started to take off, and I was pulled in so many different directions that I didn't have the time, and so now I can finally get back to that. So we've got a team of coaches. I'm working with them, so we can start to talk to people again. I mean, I'm tired of. I mean, social media is great, but talking to somebody over a Zoom, connecting, hearing the real stories about people, it just reminds you of like what's going on. It also reminds you of the things that I kind of struggle with, that that we tend to think that just us are singular.
Connection is key, man.
That's why I'm doing this again.
Give it up for Kevin going back. Whoever is lucky enough, that is awesome. All right, we're gonna make this thing called the Citrus Ritual. This is non-alcoholic. I'm sure you could add a little alcohol to it. I'm not a huge drinker, but it starts with a little bit of rosemary. This is kind of crazy, but if you have like a little gas burner at home or a match or a little torch, you just torch it up.
Yeah.
Okay, kind of set it on fire. So I take this and I put it on a plate and I cover it with a glass. All right, so so once that's smoking, put your glass on top, and the glass will start to kind of fog up and kind of get this like beautiful smoke essence. And then I've got a big jar here, so a little grapefruit juice. Okay, right in. Our little lemon juice.
Okay.
Yep, and then we've got some rosemary simple syrup. I love it. And then mix that up. Really, really simple, just in a jar.
Okay.
And then at this point, after about 30 seconds to a minute, the glass is kind of like, if you just take the glass up.
Oh my God, look at that.
Yes.
Can you see that?
And you can smell it. Just smell that. Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
All right, and so then we just take some ice.
This is a date night thing.
This doesn't have to be, and there's 0 alcohol in it. It's just beautiful juice, and I think this kind of, I don't know, this echoes what you were talking about, which is you could still have comfort, right? You can kind of feel like you're sipping something kind of nice, but it doesn't have to control you.
Absolutely.
And it doesn't have to be something that maybe isn't the best for you. So we take a little bit of this juice, just like this, and then we're going back with the bubbly. So you want to top it with a little bubbly?
Yeah.
And this is it, you guys. Our citrus ritual.
Wow.
Isn't that pretty?
All
right.
Little thing in there, put some
Little
garnish.
rosemary, little rosemary.
Whoa.
All right, I love it.
Right, hold
You
on.
guys, let's do it.
Hold on, this is sociable. I didn't this right here on social media. This is beautiful. And this is called a what again?
This is called a citrus ritual. Give it a
Yeah.
yeah.
Here we go.
I love it. Cheers, my friend.
Cheers, thank you.
All right, so this I want to call out. It's to the people who live to eat. It's the people who eat to live. It really is about threading that needle and kind of being right in the middle. The reality is it's a lot bigger than you think. And it's thanks to people like you who are giving us the strategies, giving us the confidence, and bringing the chutzpah every single time. So Kevin Curry, thank you. Cheers, my friend.
Cheers, my friend.
We'll see you next time on
Wait.
Oh.
Actually, I got something for you.
I'm
You know,
scared.
because you're 40 now, is
Okay.
you know, you're seasoned into 40. So we have something for you. We have a little cake situation, and can y'all all join me in singing? Ready? 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you.
Oh my gosh.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Joel. Happy birthday
gosh.
to you.
Thank you. This is a total surprise. This is creepy. My picture of me on this. And to be next to my wife while doing this. Thanks, you guys. All right, here's to the next 40 years and finding that beautiful balance. Enjoy it. Enjoy the moments. Thanks all. Cheers. See you next time. Thanks, buddy. Thank you, man. That was special.